Well, thank you for that warm introduction, Jennifer, and so happy you've joined us here today. We are coming to you live here on Saturday. Let's get started and learn why the world is moving closer to the extraordinary power of two's opportunity. You know, it's been a rough year here in 2020. If you've had your dreams impacted, get excited. You're about to witness a program where finally everyone can succeed, and you'll learn about a community with an extraordinary and certainly big heart. Everyone's time's precious. Let's get started. I'll take care of the lower part of this disclaimer if you'll handle the upper. Now, realize that time management, work ethic, coachability, background, these factors and many others will ultimately determine your level of success. And we make no guarantees on that level of success here with the power of two. Right out of the gate, let's understand some fascinating aspects of the model. It is 100% decentralized, transparent, and anonymous, and we utilize a peer-to-peer platform. Now, these are other attributes that are amazing. Commissions are paid directly, and very importantly, instantly to your wallet. There's not a day of the week or a time of the month for that event to occur. No, they are instant, and payments are made 100% in the form of Tron. It's simple, rewarding. We have a brand new global power line coming out in short order, so stay tuned for those launch details. Very exciting. It's the first ever contract of its kind, plus there's no owner, no CEO, no company, no admin. Now, there are no withdrawal fees. It's powered by what is known as a smart contract, and these are contracts that once placed on the blockchain, everyone, they're there forever. These contracts cannot be deleted, hacked, or manipulated, and there's a brand new Power of Two Academy that is proven and currently in use by a large team, and they're crushing it right at this very moment. And a lot of that success could be tied to this exciting academy. Now, this amazing resource changes everything for us. It changes our DNA, our posture. Plus, it's absolutely free, which is just incredible. Now, let's get right into it. Welcome to our powerful plans, Prime and X Factor. Let's break it down. Let's focus first on X Factor, then we'll head over to Prime. Now, to start, everyone comes in for $10 worth of Tron. How spot on is that pricing in the light of all these challenges happening around the world? Let's break X Factor down. This is our cycler, everyone. And the first thing we want to understand are the price points right underneath that white arrow with the black P. And I'm going to leverage the use of a laser to really drive points home. And as you can see right here, the system split that $10 in half. So $5 is in this first slot position. The other half came over to our powerful Prime right over here. Now, the first thing we want to learn, and it stands to reason, is how does this monetize? How do we generate this amount, not one time, but over and over and over again? That represents a 300% relationship to the contribution amount, which is certainly very exciting. Let's leverage the use of this diagram right here. And let's say this is you and you see the opportunity the way that we do, and you go ahead and come in right here at this price point, and you start to take that success activity that's imperative to do, you share. And you share with these very first two people right here, IDs 1 and 2. Now, when they see it like the way we do, they go ahead and come in, their contributions flow upline. But something very important happens when they take that success activity of sharing. And when they do it with their first three, 1, 2, and 3 contributions flow right up to you. That's how this happens right here. And I can't underscore the importance of sharing enough. To have this perpetuate in an infinity type of way, this is an important part of it right here with ID number 6. And as you can see, when they see it the way that we do and come in, a new matrix is formed. So this can happen over and over and over. Now, this group right here comes from that important activity that I was speaking to that's imperative to engage in, sharing. That's because the model is set up in a way where when you share it with your directs, you have the potential to also benefit from the design of the model from your upline, because this is a team build. This team is interconnected with another team, interconnected with another one. That's important because you're allowed to drive home these overarching characteristics and benefit from them with the spillover and spill under elements of the plan. That's important because these very first two positions I'm circling and these down here could potentially benefit from that ecosystem as it grows. They could definitely fall under there. That's the potential in the plan. Now, the very first thing someone naturally is going to wonder, well, how long can this take place for? There's not a countdown clock here, everyone. It has an unlimited ability to go on and keep creating these new matrices. Now, every time this happens right here. Let's understand something at a vital high level. You can't qualify for these amounts unless you're in these slot levels, everyone. That underscores the practical thinking behind upgrading. In order to qualify for these amounts, you have to be in these slot levels. That's the other half of the success activity. Sharing is one half, upgrading is another. So if you're interested in learning how to generate this amount over and over and over again, you need to take that important activity and upgrade. Same thing for that level, and same thing for that one, and so on, all the way down through. Now, you're doing something very important through this type of activity. You're demonstrating the right activity to focus on, that income producing activity. And that sets the tone for that old adage, speed of the leader, speed of the pack. And it's important to know as well, by doing this, you're going to also be qualifying for all these exciting events to happen over and over and over again. And nobody wants to leave Tron on the table. So you're setting an example, and you're also creating this motivation to gain and fear of loss. Very powerful dynamics in the human condition. Now let's turn our focus over here to Prime. Now that we have our arms around the exciting X factor, let's realize this right out of the gate, everyone. The price points, they're not similar or kind of like, they're exactly like X factor. 10 slots starting out at $5 worth of Tron, and they double as you go through. The other important thing is right here, this little plus sign, small in stature, but super significant in representation. That's because I could share this with my friend Chris. He brings in 12, 15 people. One of them is a sphere of influence that can bring in hundreds of thousands of people. That's important to know because we're paid 10%, 10 levels down, and each has 10 sub-levels. And that 10% does not water down. It stays uniform, plus they're all infinitely wide levels. Prime is seriously powerful. When you couple these two together, it's immense in its power. Now let's realize this as well. This is important. With all that power, there's an amazing amount of flexibility that you rarely see in the marketplace. Let's say your financial circumstances are such where you can swing coming into the first 2 slots, and that makes you comfortable. Well, that's it right there. You get in where you fit in. First 3, first 4, all 10 in both. That latitude is rare, especially when you couple it with the immense power here. Let's do something important. Let's add up the income generating centers before we move on to really see something extraordinary here. 110 income generating centers between X Factor, which has 10. Typically, you don't even see that in a plan, plus the 100 over here, creating 110 prolific income generating centers right under the power of 2's roof. Let's get right into something very exciting and the power of Prime. And what we like to call it affectionately is Prime time. Now, as I indicated before, Prime is our unilevel and it has 10 slots. And we're going to use this hypothetical scenario to really appreciate the sheer power. Now, remember, the system automatically split that $10, boom, right down the middle, with $5 worth of Tron coming over here and 5 going over to our cycler with X Factor. Now, it's not outside the realm of reasonable thinking that for a program that just runs $10 of Tron to get started, you couldn't inspire 10 people to join you here. We take those figures, pop them into that winning formula, and boom, that's how you create that $5 worth of Tron. But it starts to get seriously exciting as we process through the first slot and getting up to that 9th level here. And don't forget, there are 10 slots here with Prime. Now, the characteristics stay the same with that price point of $5, and look at the development here as we process through those levels. It's just astonishing. We deployed what is known as the law of diminishing return. Each level wasn't saddled with the burden of bringing in 10 people. No, it broke down all the way here until the 9th level where there was only 2 coming in for each person already here. Look at this prolific development and the power of Prime, which is a reflection of that power. And it's just sheer math, everyone. Have at it with that winning formula, creating 1.8 million US dollars in change in the form of Tron. Let's do something important and break down what happened, what we didn't see at those exciting levels as this processed out. And it's absolutely astonishing and extraordinary to see the power here of Prime. Remember, we're only in that first slot. And look at this development, 3.1 million US dollars of Tron right here in this first slot alone. Remember, there are 10. Now, some of you may be saying to yourselves, I see what you're saying, but it seems a little too neat and orderly, and I couldn't agree with you more. So let's do something important. Let's cut that down, not by 30 or 40, but by 50%, which is really significant. But we're going to really take this to another level and do that not once or twice, but 4 times, and each time by 50%. Now, don't forget, at each level, the demands were lessening due to the law of diminishing return. As you can see right here, each level, that demand dropped all the way down until here, where each was only bringing in 2 people. Now, in your collective careers, everyone, when have you ever seen a program that ran 10 US dollars worth of anything that had this kind of power right here? This firepower is really without peer in the marketplace. It's absolutely astonishing. But realize this, at a high level, we cut it down not once or twice, but we did it 4 times by 50% each time, which is fairly significant. Now, the other important thing that you really want to understand at a high level is we're only in the first slot, and the people here will absolutely upgrade to the higher slots for several key reasons. Chief among them, there's 9 more slots, each with 10 sublevels. And let me ask each and every one of you a very frank and honest question. Wouldn't you upgrade? Of course you would. Why? Well, that chief reason and motivation to gain and fear of loss. Now, given all of this, some of you may still have your misgivings, and I'm going to share with you something that shows something that's not only a testament to the power here of Prime, but its sheer elasticity. You rarely see those 2 elements under one roof. So by just using 3 and bringing in 3 and doing what we just did below in slot 1, get ready to be excited because it processes out to almost 45,000 US dollars worth of Tron. Just an absolute testament to the amazing Prime. Speaking about amazing, we have an amazing development. This new addition to our opportunity will be added very shortly, everyone, and the date will be announced very, very soon. So get excited about the new Global Power Line, which is an advanced bonus program exclusively for existing Power of 2 members. For those who are guests here, you want to realize the advantage of moving forward today to put yourself in a position to capture immense success here with the Power of 2. Now, the other important thing is to recognize this match right here to this circle. Remember that as we process this out. Let's break it down. This advanced program is exclusively for existing Power of 2 members, and it's broken down into these 2 important groups right here. Let's see how they're structured. The personal power bank, everyone, is your power line for your personal referrals. Here's the important anatomy, the slot number, and the price point. A little bit more on that in just a bit. The global power line is for our community bill, and there's that important structure, the slot number and the price points. Now look at this spot on pricing right here. In light of all the challenges going on around the world, for just 10 US dollars worth of Tron, you can come in to both of these. Speaking of both of them, they interrelate in a very unique way. Why do I say that? Everyone that comes into the personal power bank goes right over to the global power line. And it's important to note as well that there is a practical application to be part of the Power of 2. Right here, I'm circling this in addition to that gold arrow, that gold circle. That's because the buttons to join this power line are going to be fashioned in our back offices, and you need to have a back office in order to access that button. So that underscores the importance of moving forward and becoming part of our important community. Let's break this down a little bit further and get into what we call our flow. And there's some important terms that we just broke down. This is your personal power bank. So when you refer someone right in here, 100% of their contribution, boom, you get paid. The second person that you refer and they come in here, boom, you get paid. And the third person does something important, 100% goes right up to your sponsor. Straightforward, simple, no moving parts that are too difficult. Now, with the global community, don't forget, randomly, you can have people falling underneath you because everybody comes here. So the first person under here that falls under you, 100%, boom, you're paid. The second person, 100% goes up to your sponsor. And the third does something important. It recycles and the system will find the next qualified and they will receive 100% of that contribution. But this part truly separates us right here. Here is the genuine game changer, and you want to take your attention levels and turn them up as high as possible, because your power bank referrals become your power line partners that we just broke down. But realize this, whatever bonuses your partners earn in the global power line, you earn a 100% bonus based on all their bonuses. But this is really where it separates. Even if you started at the lowest slot, everyone, and they started at the top. So realize that element truly separates us in the marketplace. So if they earn 1,000 US dollars worth of Tron, you do. If they earn 10,000 US dollars worth of Tron, you do. And the same thing for the big amounts. They earn 100,000 US dollars worth of Tron, so do you. This is truly amazing, and it's kept me up at nights, because matching what your referrals earn in the global power line is that ever leverage on absolute fire. Speaking about on fire, let's see about another exciting development tied to the Power of Two's Training Academy. And I'm so excited to share with you, this is where one can learn and implement a proven strategy, and it's right here. And you're going to learn more about this in a special bonus segment of today's presentation after our post meeting. But this is where someone can learn about marketing systems, the basics of cryptocurrency, the blockchain, how wallets work, Tron, and how to acquire it, what smart contracts are, how to get your Power of Two opportunities started right, how to transfer digital currency to usable currency in the marketplace, an important mindset library to help you not only overcome those tough times, but to become your very best version of you. Plus, all of the other extreme value in the Power of Two Academy, such as access to important recordings, and realize that the dynamic that we're talking about here is a timeless principle, which is tied to education. And welcome to empowerment. Empowerment through education really sets us off on a completely different posture. And realize the membership with the Power of Two has its really awesome benefits, as all of this and more comes from just being a member. Now, here's an exciting development you definitely want to be cognizant of. The Power of Two Training Academy launches this Monday, comes live to the community at 8 p.m., the 2nd of November. And before we wrap things up, realize this, no one can ever take away one's education. Now, let's realize this here with the Power of Two. This concludes our overview. You'll want to get back to the person who invited you, and I want to thank you and welcome you to the team. However, get excited, because there's an optional to attend short 10-15-minute special bonus section starting at the end of our post meeting regarding our new academy. Now, this is going to be co-hosted by myself and Chris, so feel free to join us if you're interested. For those around the world, let's realize this at a high level. This academy is absolutely free to the Power of Two members. And this is a reflection of that very special heart. And with that, I want to toss this back to you, Jen.